Why don't you put him in some sort of facility? Some place without a pool.
Yeah, I could dump him there, except he's my husband. He's my son's father.
Right. Kids need a dad. Someone to play catch with, talk about girls.
You know, Mark's learning that you don't have to abandon someone just
Get a
because...
dog.
I'm taking care of him for the same reason you helped us.
Some guy shot you and you hallucinated.
I have a responsibility.
So he's just an anchor weighing you and your family down, sapping your energy, wasting your life. That's the meaning you take from this.
I want to take care of him.
You enjoy this.
I can't abandon him.
So you don't want to take care of him. Taking care of him doesn't fulfill you and make you happy. But not taking care of him would make you miserable. Hey!
Out of Vicodin?
What are you doing?
Eating the red berries.
He trusted you.
No, that wasn't trust. That was self-preservation.
No, that was huge. It was like a conversation.
A monkey's afraid to eat the red berries until he sees another monkey eat them. Monkey see, monkey do. That's all it was. Our kid's still just as messed up as when we admitted him. You have pretty hair.
Hope is all those parents have going for them.
No, hope is what's making them miserable. What they should do is get a Cocker Spaniel. Dog would look him in the eye, wag his tail when he's happy, lick their face, show him love.
Is it so wrong for them to want to have a normal child? It's normal to want to be normal.
Spoken like a true circle queen. See, skinny, socially privileged white people get to draw this neat little circle. Everyone inside the circle is normal. Everyone outside the circle should be beaten, broken, and reset so they can be brought into the circle. Failing that, they should be institutionalized, or worse, pitied.
So it's wrong to feel sorry for this little boy?
Why would you feel sorry for someone who gets to opt out of the inane, courteous formalities, which are utterly meaningless, insincere, and therefore degrading? This kid doesn't have to pretend to be interested in your back pain or your excretions or your grandma's itchy place. You imagine how liberating it would be to live a life free of all the mind-numbing social niceties. I don't pity this kid. I envy him.
Swelling.
Children?
You think pregnancy would explain?
Explains the marriage. Who the hell gets married at 20?
I'm guessing people in love?
Show me a 20-year-old who's not in love. You get married at 20, you're gonna be shocked at who you're living with at 30.
It's not allergies, Nick.
That cheating bastard.
He loves her.
Right. I bet he told you that she's the love of his life.
People lie. I get it. But they don't go up against two armed gunmen to save someone unless they really...
There's a reason that we don't let kids vote or drink or work in the salt mines. They're idiots. 20-year-olds fall in and out of love more often than they change their oil filters, which they should do more often.
Sorry.
Images in there.
It's possible. Of course, there's always the simple explanation. Maybe he just doesn't like his son.
Only in your world would that be simple.
The delusion that bothering a child installs a permanent geyser of unconditional love.
Maybe your father's feelings were conditional. Not everyone.
Yes. Well, of course, that would play into your romantic vision of human.
Terms you would understand. We have an evolutionary incentive to sacrifice for our offspring, our tribe, our friends. Keep them safe.
Except for all the people who don't. Everything is conditional. Just can't always anticipate the conditions.
Why did you become a doctor?
That's the big question. I give you complete license to humiliate me, and that's the best you can do. Well, okay, let's discuss the wonder of the human body.
No, no, no. You're a curious guy. You like to figure things out. Why not go into research? Why work with people when you obviously hate people?
Edible fixation. I was seeking my mother's love, and she thought that Ben Casey was just the dreamiest.
Okay, fine. You don't think you'll need any more answers from me? Give me a hard time.
When I was 14, my father was stationed in Japan. I went rock climbing with this kid from school. He fell, got injured, and I had to bring him to the hospital. We came in through the wrong entrance, past this guy in the hall. It's a janitor. My friend came down with an infection, and the doctors didn't know what to do. So they brought in the janitor. He was a doctor. And a baraku, one of Japan's untouchables. His ancestors had been slaughterers, grave diggers. And this guy, he knew that he wasn't accepted by the staff, didn't even try. He didn't dress well. He didn't pretend to be one of them. The people that ran that place, they didn't think that he had anything they wanted. Except when they needed him. Because he was right. Which meant that nothing else mattered. And they had to listen to him.
Noble.
Moronic. It's a synonym.
Why can't you accept he wants to protect his brother?
Has to protect his brother. Doesn't want to. Wants to run screaming for protecting his brother.
You're a hypocrite.
Evidence is everything. Truth is all that matters.
Except when it comes to people. Everything we've learned about this kid says you're wrong. But you can't accept that. It's easy to reject the diagnosis, not so easy to reject your misanthropy. Because then you'd have to give people a fighting chance. And that scares the crap out of you.
If my daughter doesn't want to choose the easy path, I won't force her to.
Then you're a lousy mom. You want your daughter to be a freak.
We're not freaks.
You want her to overcome adversity.
Yes.
Then why stop at height? Poke a stick in her eye. Imagine how interesting she'll be then.
Being little is not the same.
You and I have found out that being normal sucks. Because we're freaks. The advantage of being a freak is it makes you stronger. Now, how strong do you really want her to have to be? You told her what you had to tell her. Now you tell her you lied. Even if you didn't.
See this big fancy wing? It was built because this program works.
Faulty logic. This big fancy wing exists because some people with money think that it works. Want to believe that they can buy a better world. This is nothing short of idealized despair. Let other people wallow in it.
I don't even know what that means.
None of this means anything. It's just nonsensical slogans and platitudes.
Meaning?
How long has Stone been in with her?
Are you concerned?
You know how many people get raped every day?
So it's common, therefore boring.
If we were to care about every person suffering on the planet, life would shut down.
How about just the ones we meet?
They deserve our sympathy more than the other people.
So your solution is not to give a damn about any of them. How do you do that? How do you take that theory and put it in practice? You met her.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
You gotta tell me what happened.
You don't really want to hear.
Sure I do.
You're lying.
This doesn't have to destroy your life.
I know.
It doesn't mean anything about you. It wasn't your fault.
I know.
You did nothing wrong. Some jerk hurt you, that's all.
I know.
You're worried that you can never trust men again.
No.
Statistically, there was always a chance this could happen. The fact that it did happen doesn't change anything. The world doesn't suck any more today than it did yesterday.
I know all that.
Well, then what do you want me to tell you?
Nothing. I just want to talk.
About nothing. If we talk about nothing, nothing will change.
It might.
How?
Time. Time changes everything.
That's what people say. It's not true. Doing things changes things. Not doing things leaves things exactly as they were. Why do you trust me?
I don't know. Can't we just...
That's not rational.
Nothing's rational.
Everything is rational.
I was raped. Explain how that makes sense to you.
We are selfish, base animals crawling across the earth. Because we got brains, we try real hard, we can occasionally aspire to something that is less than pure evil.
Has anything terrible ever happened to you?
What do you want me to say?
You wanted this conversation. You wanted to talk about something that matters. Talk.
She's waiting for your answer?
She's asleep. I sedated her.
Why do you care what you say to her?
Because I don't know how to answer these questions.
It's a simple question. Has your life sucked? Tell her the truth. Tell her you were shot. Tell her...
She doesn't want to hear the truth. She's looking for something. Looking to extrapolate some...
She's looking to connect with you, and that's what's scaring the hell out of you. Tell her the truth.
There is no truth.
Are we role-playing? Am I you? I don't want to be you.
She's not asking for test results. She's not asking what 2 + 2 equals. She's asking for my personal life experience so she can extrapolate to all humanity. That's not truth. It's bad science.
It's not science at all. Tell her the truth.
Pray for me, child. Even a smile.
She terminated. She's been discharged.
She's gonna be okay.
Yeah, it's that simple.
She's talking about what happened. That's huge. You did good.
And everyone will tell you. That's what we gotta make her do. We gotta help her, right? Except we can't. We drag out her story. Tell each other that it'll help her heal. We feel real good about ourselves. Maybe all we've done is make a girl cry.
Then why did you...
Because I don't know.
Go home, have a few drinks, go to sleep, get up tomorrow, and do it all over. Only better.
If you need absolution, go to a priest. Or give alms to the poor. Whatever ritual comforts you.
I killed her.
Yeah, me too.
This wasn't, oh, I should have thought of that idea sooner. This wasn't messing up a dosage. We see a disease rushing down on someone like a train. We can't always get them out of the way. But this wasn't that.
No. And you'll do it again. A lot of doctors. This would be a once-in-a-lifetime mistake. But we're not a lot of doctors. Most save more patients than the guy down the street. But a few of the ones that he'd save by doing what everyone else does, we will lose.
So you're giving me numbers?
Because they don't lie. I can't forgive you, Foreman. Because there's nothing to forgive. You've got to be kidding me. You're actually upset. You just said what you believed.
I also believe in patients making their own choices.
Because it lessens your guilt if things go wrong. You're not protecting their choices. You're soothing your conscience.
By that logic, a sociopath would make the best patient advocate in the world.
Am I blushing? How much heat are you taking from the parents?
They're calming down. I think it has something to do with both their kids being alive, awake, and eating. The marrow transplant took.
Welcome back, Foreman.
You should talk to him.
Tell him how proud I am.
Hey, if you're ashamed of him, you can tell him that.
Pride and shame only apply to people we have a vested interest in, not employees.
How many hours a day do you have to spend with someone before they're basically family?
Good point. But first, I gotta tell Cameron and Chase that they're violating God's will.
I'm just asking you to have an adult conversation to let him know.
He did a good job. He knows it. Adults don't need adult conversations, just like I don't need this conversation. Arrogance has to be earned. Tell me what you've done to earn yours.
I can walk.
I don't bleed out of my penis. Check. You know, it's a real thin line between tortured genius and awkward kid who can't get girls because he's creepy.
You've got to be missing something. Maybe the kid lied about some medication. Maybe he's hiding something.
Why would he be hiding
I don't
something?
know. Because he's evil.
What if he is? What if the symptoms lied? There. Now all we're looking at is a simple evil jerk with amyloidosis.
You're not being objective.
Amyloidosis was your idea.
You were right. It doesn't fit the symptoms.
Yeah, it does. Look.
You crossed it off because you want to hate the kid, and you can't hate him if he's a victim.
You want him to be a victim because you want to believe that people are good. And if they're not, there's got to be a chemical problem. Except they're not, and it's not. Flush him with immunosuppressants. Get a biopsy to confirm, find him a marrow donor.
Well, this is it. I appreciate the opportunity you gave me.
Didn't do it for you. Thought you were the best guy for the job.
Thanks, I guess.
Which is why I want you to stay. You're an important part of the team. I need you.
I know. But I don't need you. And I definitely don't want to be you. You're miserable.
I just solved a case by predicting a never-before-seen heart defect. Case you couldn't solve. Case you gave up on. I couldn't be happier.
For 2 minutes, maybe. Until the next case comes along. Until you're jonesing for your next fix. This woman talks while in full cardiac arrest. And you're more excited about the talking than the heart dying.
The two were connected.
I don't want to solve cases. I want to save lives.
Do you think she cares? Do you think the husband cares? Do you think the children she can now have because of me are going to care why I saved her?
I care.
About yourself. About your own ego.
House.
You're the selfish bastard, not me. Which is why you took so much pleasure drawing out this little goodbye of yours for the last 3 weeks. It wasn't for me. It wasn't for anyone. Sure as hell didn't help anyone.